What's up? I'm Empathetic Chicken, and I'm back to do another collective oracle card reading. I'm gonna use those cards again. So I pulled some. We got what's entering my life, what to leave behind, what will test me, how to overcome, and a message from spirit. And these are called Show Me cards. I think I got them on Etsy or something. But yeah, it's just easier to do that instead of like think and figure out what to ask. But anyway, I'm gonna be using my decks, Chicken Transition Oracle and Alternate Reality Oracle. They're on Kickstarter right now. Not much time left, so this might be the only time you see these in print. But it's all good. Freaking gave it a good try. But anywho, let's get on with the message, because this is not going to turn into a freaking bash myself video. But here we go. I already shuffled, but I just like to shuffle a little bit, like, just so y'all know. Dang, I don't want that card. See it now, man. I'm busy right now, son. I need this space. Lay down right here. Hey, lay down over here, son. Unless you just went outside or something. I don't have nothing, I'm sorry. He always wants on my table. No, you would destroy it all. I can't let that happen, man. I can't let it happen. No, not right now. Go away. Lay on the other side, son. You don't have to take everything that's mine. No. Go. Alright, I ain't ever gonna get to the reading. Lay down and chill. I don't need nothing. Sorry, it seems like I'm a jerk, but he's just like needy all the time. Even though I fed him. Alright, move on. Same old card from the other day. Alright, let's see. I don't know where to start. Alright, what's entering my life, our lives? Cycles. It's all relational. Freaking cut my bangs. I don't know, this makes me think maybe it has something to do with like a relationship. And maybe it could be a challenging relationship. Or, I mean, it could just bring up maybe some of these little cycles within you. Like, oh, you know how certain people just like know how to push like the right buttons just to get a reaction. Like, maybe not even like on purpose, but just like depending on like your specific like wounding, certain people can really like bring out the best or the worst in you. Like, it's all relational. So I don't know, like, it's never just one person. Like, it's a dynamic relationship. Freaking yeah. So maybe I don't know, maybe somebody old, somebody new. Couldn't tell you, but maybe it looks like there's a focus on maybe utilizing the opportunity to like change your behavior patterns or whatever. Maybe like if it's something, I don't know, this cycles card, it's about like getting little opportunities to like change certain things. Like if you're kind of stuck in a little comfort zone, or like repeating certain behavioral patterns that aren't helping you grow, like if you want to do that, I mean, certain things, like you want to pick and choose what you want to allow to recur or whatever. But I don't know, this was more so talking about like when we get stuck in a loop of something that's not helpful. So I don't know, maybe about to get a chance to like face some shit. Sorry. Anyway, what to leave behind? I don't know about this yet. Balance. And life is a wave. We got this one last time. What to leave behind? I don't know, maybe we have been sort of like out of balance lately, and we ain't been like very flexible, because like life is a wave, man. Whoa. No, I feel like we try to live life as if it's not like constantly in motion, but like it's always changing. Like that whole change is the only constant thing. So like maybe we just need to leave behind this notion of like needing to stay the same, or just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking like, because the meaning of this card, I don't know. I talk about how like balance can seem like this like stable act or whatever. Like it's just kind of like, you see those, you know, those little rock things. I'm sorry, I'm probably being insulting, but like when people take the time to like stack the little rocks all perfect and stuff, and they like just stay, like it looks all like, you know, it looks stable. I mean it is, but it's like the interplay of the opposites, like the gravity and push down and the pull, like, yeah, I don't know, whatever science, but it's like a equal opposite like balance going on, and it's not like stationary. So I don't know, I feel like we gotta leave behind anything that keeps us from just allowing the balance, man. Like just the flow. I mean, I'm not trying to be like simplifying it, but this is hard to explain. But yeah, so maybe these patterns or whatever that we're being confronted with are so that we can kind of bring in a balance. Like, I don't know, that's another thing with these people and stuff that come in and just like cause a commotion or whatever. Maybe not cause a commotion, but it seems like they do. But it's because like, or I just believe that something like within you has to like it's coming up so that you can face it, I guess. Like maybe the way we process things, or maybe not even like process things sometimes like needs to be confronted so that we can release like little stagnant emotions and freaking patterns of behavior that we don't need anymore, because like we used to doing certain things like habits and stuff that are relevant at a certain time, but then, oh my god, chaos, everything is done, it's over. I knew that was gonna happen. Alright, that was maybe a little bit of overreaction. That was just my pattern playing out. I'm panicking. Alright, no. Alright, I'm drawing the line, man. I'm having boundaries. This is just it, man. You're going outside. I'm sorry. Come on, let's go adventure. Let's go adventure outside. Don't you want to know what's happening out there? Tell me what you find. I'll let you in as soon as I'm done with this reading. I love you with all my heart. I love you. Everybody go on. He's fine. He's just like needy. I'm sorry. He's just got like a problem with food, and he wants to eat all the time, and I can't freaking support the habit. Alright, sorry. Where were we? I don't even remember, because I have a cat who has freaking behavior patterns. Alright, sorry, I'm back. I had to freaking resituate myself. But I think I was saying like we learn to be a certain way depending on like the situations that we're in. And then like we kinda outgrow those situations as things change, like people leave, they come and go, like, you know what I mean? It's just we gotta adapt to each new moment. Like, and sometimes certain things work and sometimes they become outdated. That's what I'm saying. So what to leave behind, I'm thinking, is pretty much anything that keeps us out of balance. And I think balance is just like being in constant motion, like, and not like, I'm not saying you gotta be like freaking thinking about this like all the time, but like just realizing like maybe if you're feeling stuck in certain areas, like just kind of contemplate like why that is, and see if you can get some wisdom for like making a change through that. Yeah. I think like sometimes the stuckness is like, I don't know, it's got a lot of information. Like if you want to investigate and see like the areas of your life where you're feeling stuck, like you can kind of just like extract the potential lesson out of it. I'm trying to think of an example without it being my own example, like myself as an example, but I don't know. Like basically, with this Kickstarter thing, I feel like I'm already jumping ahead and saying it's gonna fail before it's even over with, even though I'm pretty sure it's gonna fail. But like, like I don't know that, but I'm stuck in a pattern of just like quitting while I'm ahead, you know, like just making sure that I don't know, I just freaking feel like I'm destined for failure, so that's gonna like shape the way that I show up, like just because in the past I've like told myself enough times like nothing ever works out for you, so now it's almost like freaking reality is mirroring that back to me. But I'm still like continuing to think the same ways, like, but it's so hard not to. Like, especially when things look like a certain way, but I don't, it's just hard to grasp. Like, I'm not fully convinced still. I'll just be honest here. Like, I have this like insight, like, sound like a cult leader, whatever, like the universe like speaks to me in ways. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I feel like I have this understanding of how things work, like in the universe somewhat. I'm not a physicist or anything, but like I don't know, it makes sense, like if you think about like the balance of things and the equal opposites and all that stuff. Like I don't know, I get it, but I'm not fully like convinced yet. Like I haven't convinced myself like this is actually as easy as it sounds, like as far as what you believe will manifest. Like even though it seems like the evidence of failure should be enough to tell me like, hey, you're doing this, but it seems like the opposite. Like it seems like the outer informs the inner. Like I hope I'm making sense, but in reality, if I'm freaking correct here, it's like what I'm thinking up here is going to be projected out there, and then if I keep thinking that way, it's just going to be like self-fulfilling prophecy. So like, if this Kickstarter fails, it's because I wanted it to. That's a lot of responsibility, but I mean, I really am toying with this whole thing. Like, maybe it is that simple. Like, freaking believe it to achieve it. But it's so hard sometimes when you're stuck. Yeah, not believing. So anyway, I don't know if anybody else needed to hear that, but I shared it. So whatever. What was I even talking about? Yeah, allowing new patterns to form if the old ones are keeping you stuck. But I was saying like certain how those relate to like what's happening in your life. There's like wisdom in that. Like with my like example, like I clearly have a fear of like success and like being good enough. So like that's my current struggle. So maybe you have your own struggle like right now that you can think about and kind of see like what might be at the root of your fears or whatever. And speaking of fears, we got what will test us. We have fear. And don't let yourself down. So like, that's exactly what I was just saying. It's like freaking let yourself down before anybody else can. And it's like you just let the fear win. But I don't know, this fear card is about like how things, it's like basically exactly what I was just saying. It's like things look a certain way, but it's really just like how you're seeing them. Like, you know that thing when you're in the dark and you be looking at something and it looks like something else and you're like, oh my god, like ew, what is that? But like the closer you get to actually seeing it, it's like not anything that you imagine. So like I feel like, I don't know, maybe there's a situation going on here that's like that. where it's not as bad as it seems, but like our heads just like take it and run with it. Yeah, and then like another aspect of this card, like I talk about it in the book, is like how, if I can think, I just had a brain dead moment. Yeah, like fear is kind of like, it's tied to our fear of our own like potential. As weird as that sounds, it's almost like we are more powerful than we want to accept, I think. I mean, I'm a believer, even though I'm halfway not a believer. But like, I literally believe, like, when I'm able. That's that paradox, man. Like the balance. I'm equally in belief and disbelief at the same time. And that'll come up later because I transcend duality. But whatever. Let me keep on track. I can't even speak. But yeah, this we're tested by our own like power, like our lack of belief in our power. But like that lack of belief is the very belief that like leads to the failure. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just all tied. But it's harder to like accept that we create this stuff. I don't know how it works, but I definitely have seen evidence of it. Like self-sabotage is a thing. I'm just saying. It's like a perfect example. Like, anyway, it's not about me. How to overcome this fear, though? Like, we got othering, and not everything can stay. And this is kind of throwing me off a little bit, but it seems to be going back to that like relationship thing I was talking about in the beginning. I mean, I guess not everything can stay. Like, that means, like, this attitude, like, maybe to, like, I feel like this card comes up a lot for me. And, like, it's about kind of how we other people. But in my case, I think it's always when I'm othering myself, when I'm, like, thinking that I'm not, like, you know, I'm just too weird. And so, like, it's almost like I just take it out on myself. And I'm judging myself so much for just existing that like it's just holding me back, man. So like, we're just not everything can stay. I feel like maybe the attitude of like not trusting your abilities or whatever, like these patterns of just like holding ourselves back, like they gotta go if we want anything to change. Like if you want something different, and you gotta be different, like yeah. And if you're like waiting for somebody else to change, I just don't feel like it's gonna work, man. I'm not saying people don't change, but like that kind of puts the power in other people's hands. Like, I don't know why this is coming to mind, but like sometimes I'll be watching tarot readings and stuff, and there's certain ones that I don't really like watching because they seem to put like all the power in another person's hands. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, how are they gonna, like, are they gonna reach out and all this crap? But I'm sorry, I'm not judge. I mean, there's a place for those readings, but I feel like the people who watch them like watch them with like this hopeful attitude, like, oh, things could change. And it's like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having hope, but it's like, it's always like putting the faith outside of yourself. It's like waiting for like another person to take action or do something to change it. Whereas like I feel like the more fruitful response would be to just like look at yourself and see why you feel so powerless, you know, like that you have to have someone else like step in to change your life. Like, I don't know what this is. I mean, I'm talking to myself here too, because like I get stuck in the same stuff where I just wish things were different with certain people, and then like nothing changes, and I'm just like, dang, why can't they just like do this or that or whatever? But it's like, well, why can't you just be okay without them changing, or like your situation change? Like, what is, I think that's like the deeper issue, is like understanding where like maybe the dissatisfaction is coming from. Like, what is at the root of it, like I was saying earlier. Yeah, I don't know where this is going. I'm just going with it. But yeah, and even like if there are other people involved in whatever this issue is that's happening, or these patterns, like I think like dropping the freaking like the animosity could be helpful if you just understand that, like, I don't know, we all just do the best we know how, or in my opinion, I don't know, you don't gotta believe the things that I believe, but I just try to see people for more than like this simplified like opinion that I formed of them, like, because there's no way that I could ever know like what's happened to them, or like what's made them become however they are, that I'm not like whatever way that I'm not liking about them or whatever. Like I don't understand, and I can't understand another person fully, so like how can I judge them? And like vice versa, like no one else can ever, like they'll never be able to be inside like my mind and know what I've been through and stuff. So like I don't know, it's just like I know it's hard to get over the hurt and stuff a lot of times. I still freaking have bitterness inside. Like I'm still like not perfect, so I don't ever want it to seem like I'm over here like freaking Mother Mary, like I don't freaking hate or anything, which I try not to hate, like I don't go that far, but like I do respond with anger and emotion, because sometimes I forget that I'm okay, like regardless of what other people are doing, like are treating me or whatever. So like I don't know, I just feel like just trying to understand that you will never understand can help. Like conflicts with people. So yeah, moving on. That's a little insight on how to overcome. Hopefully that was helpful. I don't know, but it's helped me just to like have compassion for people and myself, because we're all freaking flawed humans and doing our best here. And if we're not doing our best, we have the potential to do better if we can like get out of our own ways. But I mean, it takes awareness, and like I didn't always know the things that I know about myself now, so like just be patient. I want to say that. Don't think you have to like have it all figured out, and it takes time to like see yourself clearly and see like how you've been showing up. So I'm just saying that. But like a message from spirit, we got childlike wonder and transcend duality. And I feel like that goes with what I was saying about that like fear of potential. Like this childlike wonder card is basically that, like, you know, because when we're kids we got our little minds, our imagination, and we just like have fun, like regardless of like the physical reality. We can like live up here and just like freaking we're satisfied, you know. We don't need all these like freaking illusions out here to like have fun, because we just are living in the limitless universe of our freaking mind, like our imaginations. So with this transcend duality, I think, like, I don't know, it seems like it's one or the other. Like if things look bad on, like in reality, it's weird to talk about stuff. But like if things look bad out there, then like that's all there is, you know. But really there's like a whole like internal experience, there's like a metaphysical like stuff beyond what we see. So like it's never just this one simplified thing, like experience that we're having. There are like layers of freaking stuff going on here, like freaking physics, man. That I don't understand, and I should probably read up on, because I'm obviously like interested. But yes, I think this is just saying like freaking get out of the limiting kind of mindset and like expand the horizons. Like another thing, I think, like with logic, like we always want things to make sense. So like that's why sometimes it's hard for me to like communicate this stuff, because like everything doesn't always make sense, and then it also makes sense that it doesn't make sense. So it's this weird, like, paradoxical thing about life. And you just gotta, like, move beyond trying to, like, categorize, like, what this even is. I think, like, it's just, it's not an either or kind of existence. It's like freaking all of the above and more. Anyways, let's just say maybe that was coherent. I feel like maybe that was a little bit too out there sounding. I don't know. I never know until after I watch this back how weird I sound. But I think Spirit just wants you to have fun, man. Just like let loose a little bit and stop being so freaking rigid in your thinking or freaking behaving or whatever. Just have a little fun and realize that there might be more possible, like if you are willing to let go of some things that haven't been allowing you to like move. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just close it out now. I don't even know how long this was, but it's like 2 parts now. I gotta edit. Thanks, Sid. So alright, I'm gonna pull a surrender message and then an affirmation, and then I think I'm gonna call it. But yeah, what surrender message do we need to close this out? Oh, you wanna come out? Alright. Ooh, alright, I'm sorry. I clearly have issues. That's fine. Surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. So yeah, that was what I was saying about the patterns. But maybe some of y'all out there are terrified of intimacy too. But that's what I'm struggling with. But yeah, the fact that I cringe at that is telling. And then you got that surrender your ego card again. Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Yeah. That's weird. I got freaking practice non-striving on the bottom of this. That came out last reading, and then I just looked at the top and it says surrender to non-action. So like, yeah. Maybe we ain't supposed to be doing a whole lot. Which explains like this little childlike wonder, just like chilling and freaking enjoying ourselves. Yeah, because I think like the harder stuff is, like that's just a sign that we need to go in the other direction, you know, just let loose. Yeah, alright, affirmation. Alright, sorry, I just get stuck in the freaking mesmerizing shuffling. I'm also like really freaking tired because my eyes are swollen. Alright. Clarity. We got a little urch peel. Alright. Stopping to listen to my inner self, I can easily separate my intuition from my mental chatter. The clarity of my intuition is a sweet, simple fruit that tastes familiar. And the mental chatter is a confusing, bitter rind that I shall peel off and chuck into the garbage or compost heap if your mental chatter happens to be organic. So yeah, I don't know. That's just letting us know that we gotta freaking make some boundaries here with our mental chatter. All them fears and crap that get in the way. We don't need to let ourselves down, man. Like we're freaking capable if we just let ourselves be, you know? There's nothing to be afraid of. But yeah. I just want to read this last one just because I like reading freaking, yeah. I don't want it to end, man. I enjoyed this. Alright, perseverance. Not like there's anything to look at but words. It seems that you're on a massive journey right now, and this card has arrived to remind you that you will reach the other side. The mountain you're climbing is huge and formidable, but so is your ability to climb it. You don't need to enjoy it, you just need to tackle it. Complain if it makes the job easier. Blow off steam. You think mountain climbers get to the top of Everest on inspirational quotes? No way. They're grunting and crying and cursing like freaking pirates. That just doesn't sell a lot of posters. So yeah, it ain't gotta look pretty. It ain't gonna look pretty. But you can reach your destination, man. You can make changes. You just gotta like purge all the freaking stuff, the heavy stuff, you know? Breathing in and out. You balance, man. You gotta freaking take it in and you gotta let it out. Alright. Hope you enjoyed. If you can relate, like, I'd love to hear, like, I mean, that sounds like I'm freaking malicious. Like, I wouldn't love to hear your struggles, but, like, I'm open to hear about your struggles if you're willing to share, and it makes me feel less, like, alone and more human, and, yeah. But no pressure, like, just thanks for being here, and, yeah, I hope there was something there for you. And I'll say it again, a little plug thing. Freaking decks, they're on Kickstarter. If you want to see them happen, if you'd like to own one. We only got a little bit of time left, but I ain't stressing it, because even if I fail, it wouldn't be the first time. So I'm just not going to interpret it in a bad way like I have in the past. So I'm learning too. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Peace.